strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our November breakfast special. The new show name, I would have to give credit over to producer Pete. That was an amazing add-on.
That one comes directly from Tina Gorman. I'll give her credit for it. She was listening to your show on her way back to the senior center after the last time you guys were on, and she goes, "I think that would be a perfect name for that." And I'm
appreciate it.
I agree with you.
It was, and it is.
And I'll send it over.
We love it. Breakfast Special fits perfectly, and we think that's an amazing show name. So we'll have to thank her personally, too.
Now you just got to convince Lindsay across the hall to make you a logo.
We were talking a little bit about that. We were thinking some sort of cafe or even Tiger's Pride, if we can get a video of that. But we're going to work on that for the next show, definitely.
Gotcha.
All right. Well,
have your guest bring that microphone right over to him because I'll never hear him that far away. Perfect.
Perfect. So again, I'm Greg Rosenthal. I'm the Director of Special Education. We get to do this great show once a month, first Wednesday, and I'm joined with my co-host, Alexandra Kleins.
Thank you, Dr. Rosenthal. Nice to see you this month.
Great to see you. And today we're being joined by our new supervisor of special education programs, Sean Zucra.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Sean.
Way to talk right into the microphone. That was perfect. All right, so today we're having a Thanksgiving-themed radio show. We had our Halloween one last time. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about our memories about Thanksgiving and some certain things with that. We have a few guests coming in today that we're going to be introducing. Hopefully they can share some of their memories as well. And then we're going to have, again, our music trivia. Again, it's going to be based upon a specific movie. This was a difficult one.
And I have to ask, did you do some yoga or stretching this morning? Because it is a little bit of a stretch today.
That's an understatement.
There are not that many Thanksgiving-themed movies, unfortunately.
No, not at all. I will give everyone a hint right off the bat. Mm-hmm. It is not planes, trains, and automobiles.
It is not.
We did attempt that, but there's just not enough good music in that.
There isn't.
So your first hint of the day. All right, so we're going to start our show off. We have a couple questions that I like to ask everyone here at the table. So what's your favorite Thanksgiving side? For me, and I'll start us off, I like a good sausage stuffing. You know, you get the sweet bread, you get the sweet sausage, and I think it just complements the turkey, the gravy, tons of butter. You got to love the butter and onions. So that's one of my favorite sides. But Alexandra.
Well, I mean, you can't beat cranberry sauce out of the can with all the little lines on it.
This is true.
But my mother makes a sweet potato casserole that is also full of like brown sugar and butter, and it is delicious, and we will make it every year.
That sounds delicious.
It is. It's really good.
Now I got a question. Marshmallows or no marshmallows?
There are no marshmallows.
Perfect.
However, it did used to have a topping that would have like walnuts on top.
Ooh.
And so every year, my cousin is allergic to nuts.
Oh, no.
So every year she would make a big dish and it would have the walnut topping on it. Mm-hmm. And then she'd make the little dish that didn't have the walnut topping on it. And the little dish would be for my cousin who was allergic. And then one year, all of a sudden, my mother said, why am I making 2 different ones? We don't need the walnut topping on it. So she just stopped making it with the nuts on top. So now we just have it without the nut topping on it.
I don't know. The walnut topping sounds delicious.
It is delicious,
And the
and you can make it either way.
True. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Sean.
I don't know how popular this one's going to be, but Brussels sprouts. It's
Brussels sprouts.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
I have a nice sized garden, and it's pretty awesome when you can kind of grow something and it's ready for the season and all the festivities that is Thanksgiving. So, Brussels sprouts.
I make that every Thanksgiving as well. I add the onions, and I even add a little bacon in.
Oh, you have to.
You got to do that. But I'm 100% with you on that. For me, it almost tastes like popcorn. You add a little bit of the salt, and it's like, all right, I know it's no longer healthy, but it is
But delicious.
Absolutely. I'm 100% on board with that. All right, so I'm going to move and transition a little to the next part of the Thanksgiving question. And what's your favorite memory? And again, I'll start us off. My favorite memory is, and it happens every year, so I keep building upon it. Every Thanksgiving morning, I sit with my daughters and we watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And there's nothing better than seeing Santa Claus at the end and the start of the holiday seasons. So that's always one of my favorite memories. And I'm going to switch it over, and we're going to go to Sean this time. Sorry to throw you a curveball.
Well, so we host, and I guess it's a recent memories, but, anybody who has a teenager out there in the world, fighting with my teenage daughter to help me prepare food. But Dad, it's so early, and it's like really not, but they want to sleep all day. So that's sort of, that recent teenage sort of struggle has become one of my favorite memories.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. And getting her incorporated and a part of the cooking and that sort of thing.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Everybody has to help. Everybody
yeah.
has a job.
Everyone's got a job. And Alexandra.
So part of mine is also the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade because I do love the parade. But it's also cooking in the kitchen with my mother during the morning, and then It's a Wonderful Life used to always come on after the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, so it would be watching It's a Wonderful Life after that. So it would just kind of be spending the day with family.
That's great. And Wonderful Life is just like on a loop. It just
Yes.
keeps going
Yep.
and going.
All the
You
time.
can watch it all the time. Oh, I missed a scene. Oh, don't worry. I'll watch it the next time it comes around. Those are some great memories. I love it. This is the time that you can really build those and appreciate what you have. I love it. Producer Pete, you're not out of the question realm here. So for you, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side?
My grandmother made a meat stuffing, almost like a meat pie filling.
Yep.
Almost like a French meat pie filling because they're the French side of the house, and so that was favorite stuff. It was like almost like potato. It was like a French meat pie filling. That was my favorite side when I got it. My other grandmother made the sausage cornbread stuffing.
Now, with the stuffing, did they stuff the turkey with it, or was it?
It was a straight side.
straight side.
Yeah, because you want a bread stuffing inside the turkey to draw
Yes.
some moisture out.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a straight meat. It was a straight side.
Love it. Love it. I host, so I always try to pick up ideas of what sides or ideas for cooking. So that's always why I like this question.
One of our hosts, he lives by himself, and he gets a turkey and he spatchcocks it.
Ooh,
So he cooks it split,
Yep.
and he says it's far better when he cooks it that way.
I've wanted to try that. Right now, I'm on a kick. Last 5 years hosting, I brine it for 48 hours beforehand. Completely submerged. You got your herbs, your salt, your pepper, and all that. And then you cook it, and it always comes out juicy that way. So, but I've always wanted to try, and I also wanted to try a turducken.
You could do both.
That's
Actually,
true.
you could do both. You spatchcock it afterwards, after you brine it.
That's not a bad idea.
I've smoked a turkey once, came out pretty good.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I had a small turkey. It was like the day after Thanksgiving. Everything was on clearance, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Threw it in the smoker overnight, and it came out pretty good.
I bet. Juicy and delicious.
Yep.
And then one more question for you. So what's your most memorable Thanksgiving moment?
for me, it used to be the Thanksgiving football game because I went to Cathedral. So every Thanksgiving morning, that would be like the kind of the ritual. You'd go to Thanksgiving football, and then we'd go to my grandparents for our Thanksgiving meal. So that was kind of what we did.
Love it. That's a great memory.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, and by the way, the football game was always against Westfield. Thanksgiving Day was Cathedral versus Westfield High School. That was the Thanksgiving Day game.
Just throwing a little extra in there.
Yeah,
A little salt in the wound on that.
When we were good. And actually, my high school doesn't even exist anymore, so I can throw shade like that.
So, okay, then my last question here is the last football game versus Westfield before the school closed down, did they win or lose?
Oh, Cathedral got murdered. Because at that time, the football team was down to like, Cathedral went from a school of 2,000 kids. When they closed and merged and became Pope Francis, they were down to like, I think they were down to like 300 total kids. And their football team was like 25 people. And Westfield shows up with everybody, and it was like 60. It was like, oh my God, looking at the two sidelines, I was like, yeah, they're going to get murdered.
Well, so unfortunately, Pete, you can't have that forever saying we won the last one. So Westfield has that on you.
They shouldn't have won. If they had won, it would have been a miracle. The nuns would have been on the side going, "Yay, we won!"
All right, so we're gonna move to our first music trivia for our movie. Again, it has a hint of Thanksgiving.
Yes.
a small seasoning of
Yes.
Thanksgiving. This song is "Splish Splash" by Bobby Darin.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath, long about a Saturday night. Yeah, rubbed up, just relaxing in the tub, thinking everything was alright. Well, I stepped out the tub, put my feet on the floor, I wrapped the towel around me and I opened the door, and in a splish splash, I jumped back in the bath. Well, how was I to know there was a party going on? There was a splishing and a splash, reeling with the feeling, moving and a grooving, rocking and a rolling. Yeah! Bing bang, I saw the whole gang dancing on my living room rug. Yeah, flip flop, they was doing the bop. All the teens had the dancing bug. There was Lollipop with a Peggy Sue, but the golly Miss Molly was even there too. Well, splish splash, I forgot about the bath. I went and put my dancing shoes on. Yeah, I was a rolling and a strolling, feeling with the feel, moving and a grooving, splishing and a splashing. Hey, yes, I was a splishing and a splashing. I was a rolling and a strolling. Yeah, I was a moving and a grooving. Woo! We was a reeling with the feeling. It was a rolling and a strolling, moving with the grooving. Splish, splash. Yeah, splishing and a splashing. One time I was splishing and a splashing. Woo! I was a moving and a grooving. Yeah, I was splishing and a splashing.
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardy siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Join us every Thursday morning.
From 6 until at least 7:30,
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show.
right here on WSKB 89.5.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
You're listening to 107.5 WSFD-LP, Westfield Community Radio in Westfield, Mass.
What a classic song that was. It just makes you want to just get up and dance.
It's one of those songs from back in the 50s when, like, songs were just they were just fun. Like, it just doesn't seem to mean anything.
No, not at all. Just go out and dance.
Yes, just have a good time.
Talking about memories, so my daughter Charlotte actually had a dance competition to that song.
Really?
So this one had special memories for me. But revisited the movie and saw the scene where this was in. Again, it's one of those songs, just fun and I loved it. All right, so we're now being joined by John Skagel, who is the director of preschool.
Yeah, hi, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Welcome, John.
Welcome. So thank you very much for joining us. We're going to hit you first with some very hard questions.
All
so
right.
you ready for it?
I'm ready.
All right.
Ready.
All right. What's your favorite Thanksgiving side?
Favorite Thanksgiving sides, probably a two-way tie. I do like cranberry sauce. I also like stuffed mushrooms. I like a lot of foods, but I put stuffed mushrooms maybe a little bit above the cranberry sauce.
I do like that. Now, the stuffed mushrooms, do you do that as an appetizer or is it part
It's actually
of the meal?
part of the main meal.
Wow,
The main
okay.
meal. Yes, yeah.
See, I'm getting ideas now. This
yeah,
is great.
they're very good, very good.
Now, do you do a crab stuffing or do you do a bread?
No, I don't do any of the cooking, so that's one of the benefits of having Thanksgiving meal. I just eat. That's all. But no, usually we go over either my wife hosts or my mother hosts, so they're doing most of the cooking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll have to get some ideas from them.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. And then, talk to us. What's your favorite Thanksgiving memory?
Well, I don't know if it's my favorite memory, but one memory that stands out is when I was about 10 years old. We were the tradition in our family used to be going over to my grandparents' house, and my family, my cousins, everybody would go over there for a big Thanksgiving meal. And as I was getting ready, we had hardwood floors upstairs, and I had the idea of sliding across them as I was about to walk into a room. And I did, and a piece of wood came up through the under part of my foot.
Oh, jeez.
And I ended up in the hospital having to get that removed. So I'll never forget that Thanksgiving. It was not pleasant, but in the end, it was a good outcome. I got it removed, had a nice meal. But that's one memory I'll never forget.
Oh, I can imagine. That's not something you want to
very
forget.
painful.
And I bet you learned what not to do next
Yes,
time.
I learned very quickly.
We'll never see John.
Walk slowly in my hallways. Don't run and slide.
No sliding. All right. Well, we want to learn a little bit about you, John, and just talk to us about your position here in Westfield. How long have you been here with us, and just overall, what's going on?
All right. So I've been in Westfield. This is my 5th year.
Nice.
I was the principal of the Fort Meadow Early Childhood Center for the past 4 years. Now we've integrated the preschool program throughout the district. That building closed because of the age of the building. So now I'm the preschool program supervisor. In that role, I kind of oversee all the preschools. I'd like to also give a shout out to Susan Dargy, our director of curriculum instruction. She's been absolutely amazing to work with and so supportive of all our programs, our staffing needs. She's really been there to kind of help this transition move forward in a positive way. So I really appreciate all she does. But basically, we have our preschool programs now are in 4 of the elementary schools. So at Munger Hill, we have 5 preschool classrooms. 4 are full day, 1 is a half-day program. Highland, we have 5 classrooms as well. 3 are full day, 2 are half-day programs. And then at Southampton Road, we have 2 full-day programs, and Westfield River, we have 2 full-day programs. So a total of 14 preschool classrooms in the district. I guess in addition to that, there is a grant, a CPPI grant that supports, funds some of our programming. So we work very closely now with our community partners, the Boys and Girls Club of Westfield and the YMCA of Greater Westfield. They each have 2 preschool classrooms that fall into the CPPI grant. So we do provide like our related services, speech and language, OT, some counseling. We'll go in and service those students too. So it's great. We're trying to align, share resources, align some curriculum items, and kind of work together just to make sure all the students and children of Westfield have a high quality education.
That's great. I love the fact you're incorporating the people in the community, getting, maybe some parents and families that might not be already in the public school.
Right.
But the Boys and Girls Club and the community. That's amazing. That's great. Yeah.
And John, is preschool something that families need to sort of enroll in at the beginning of the year, or is it something they can be reaching out and finding information about throughout the year?
Yeah, they can certainly reach out anytime throughout the year. We do get emails throughout the year inquiring about, enrolling students, whether it's for this year. Right now, all of our preschool classroom spots are filled for this year, but we do, keep information, as the parents provide it, and then we'll, reach back out to them when openings happen or for the start of next year. So there is, that can be found usually on our district website, any information. They can also send me an email at any point, and we'll get them, we'll answer any questions they have and make sure that they have the information they need to enroll their child.
That's great. And I know there's a relationship with early intervention and having the conversations for what we call child find.
Yes, yeah.
If a disability is in the community and our ability to assess and determine if it's impacting.
Right. Yeah. Meredith Lewis works very closely with those
Yes.
programs, so that's been great.
It has been. And you have a new ETL as well.
Yes, we do. We have Sandy Gilbert. She was a preschool teacher, longtime preschool teacher at Fort Meadow. She's excellent. She was a Grinspoon Award winner at one point. So now she's kind of transitioned over these past few weeks into a new our ETL role. So a new role for her in the district. And she's just fantastic. She was a phenomenal teacher, and so far she's been absolutely great in her new position. So.
Nice.
We have a very strong, I feel like a very strong staff. Special ed staff is very strong, which has been great. Our teachers are very strong in our preschools, as well as another shout out to our paraprofessionals. They do tremendous work. At Fort Meadow, they were tremendous. In our preschool classrooms this year, they're tremendous. So they just do so much to keep the classrooms running. And so, we're very appreciative of all the work they do.
Very nice, very nice. And transitioning from one school to multiple schools can always be a heavy lift sometimes.
Right.
But it seems like your team has done a tremendous job transitioning seamlessly, and really the kids have done just an excellent job with just being part of their community schools.
Yeah, it's been great. The principals at the schools have been very welcoming, as the other staff at the schools, which has been nice. We've had time to, get in there early before the school year started and, set up the classrooms, make sure we had all the materials and supplies needed. And if there was anything that teachers needed in addition to what they already have, then they just reach out and we're able to find a way to get them, what's needed. So it's been a nice transition. We're looking forward to, carrying on some of the traditions we had at the Fort Meadow School. That are now part of the other schools, like we had Transportation Day, so I know we've talked about that. Doing something like that. So it's nice. It's different from what it's been, but it's been a good transition, and I think it's really good for the children of Westfield and the families of Westfield to have more options, for preschool. More, now we have full day options for preschool, which is great.
It is.
So it's been a lot of positives.
That's great. No, that's excellent. And again, like you said, just the benefit to families.
Right.
It's amazing. We're about to transition to our next song. Is there anything you would like to just talk about before we transition?
No, I just want to thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. And again, just to thank you to all our preschool staff, in the schools that have welcomed us. It's just been a great start to the year, and I'm looking forward to what's next. I mean, the start of the year has gone pretty fast so far, and it'll be snowing before we know it, which I'm not looking forward to. But it's been a good year so far, and I just want to thank everybody for contributing and making that happen.
Oh, and thank you very much. And we might be inviting you back in again.
All right, I'd love to come back.
It does feel like a sprint to Veterans Day weekend.
Yeah.
That first couple of months. But all right, so we're going to move on to our next song. So again, this is a song from a movie that does have a little seasoning of Thanksgiving to it. This is Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
Underwriting for the community programming is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
You're listening to 107.5 WSFD-LP, Westfield Community Radio in Westfield, Mass.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Another great song.
That is a great song.
Up tempo. You just want to just have a great morning when you hear that. I love it, and especially for an 8:30 and a gray November morning. You know, it's good to hear some upbeat songs. I love it. So again, that was Signed, Sealed, Delivered. Hint, hint. That's going to talk a lot about our title movie. So we thought that was going to be a good hint for this.
Yeah, I mean, since like we said, it's a little bit of a stretch because it has a little touch of Thanksgiving in our movie. So our music is trying to give a little hint towards where we're going with it.
Because I will have to admit, this was a tough one.
Yeah.
So we're being joined now by Megan Shibley. Megan is a parent within the community. She's a member of the CPAC. And she's also going to talk a little bit about her role as the PTO liaison. So we're going to get into that in a minute, but I'm going to hit you with some of the hard questions first.
Sounds great.
All right. What is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
So that's a great question, and thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for coming.
I have a little bit of a twist on mine.
Ooh,
so
okay.
My friend gave me this idea, and it was her idea first, about 15 years ago, and I do it every year. It's called the After Thanksgiving Day Calzone.
Calzone. I've heard of the sandwich. I have not heard of the calzone. Okay,
Yes,
I'm interested.
so you guys have to try this. So basically, you go to like wherever you're getting your last minute items the day before Thanksgiving, you want to pick up a ready-to-go pizza dough.
Okay.
And the next day, you take everything left over and you put it in, you roll out the pizza dough like you would a calzone. You put everything in, you bake it like a calzone, and then you have the gravy as the dipping sauce, no marinara, and it's perfection.
Oh, I'm trying it
Sounds
this
really
year.
good.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Very
trying.
good.
That is excellent. Okay, that is definitely something I'm doing. What a twist. I love that.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
Like over 15 years.
Wow. Okay. I'm
Yes.
definitely stealing that one. Thank you.
Let me know how it is.
I will. All right. So next question. Your favorite memory for Thanksgiving?
So we have a big family. I come from a Greek family, and my yaya makes the best. I should have maybe brought this up as a side, but Greek stuffing. She is 96, and she's still making it. So just having our big family. My big fat Greek family, as they say, like the movie, and just everyone coming together and all the foods and traditions and hanging out, relaxing.
I 100% agree. It's this is my favorite holiday just for that fact. You know, it's just about family and being able to spend time together, and you know, you always have that one unknown person that might drop in. So our tradition is always leave one spot open at the dinner table just in case, you know, you got a friend or a neighbor come by. So I love it.
Love that.
All right, so the real reason why you're here. So talk to us a little bit about this PTO liaison. I love this idea. You brought it up at the last CPAC meeting last month, and I thought it would be just great to share out. Could you share it with
Yeah, I would love to. Thank you so much for asking. It's something that is special to Munger Hill, and we're really looking to grow it and bring awareness and hopefully get it out to every PTO. It's been really successful. So I started this position when I came to the Munger Hill PTO 3 years ago, and I saw a need for some type of voice or liaison to special education specifically. And I asked the PTO, you know, I'm fine doing this, but how do you feel about having someone as a point person for special education where, you know, teachers, staff, parents can come and, you know, make sure we have just a voice for that. And the PTO loved it, so it's grown. And this year, in fact, we made it an executive board position.
Ooh, nice.
So it is here to stay, and it's going great. I think this, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's 25% of our districts on IEPs around.
A little bit less, but yeah, right. We're definitely over 20%. Definitely.
And that's a high number. So we want to make sure on our PTO that everyone's, obviously it's for all students, all parents, and we just think it's a great position to have to make sure, we're serving our students and all of them.
Absolutely.
And we had 90 students come in to Munger Hill from the preschool from Fort Meadow. So, our population has grown even further. So this position has just been really wonderful, and everyone's kind of rallied around it.
I love getting that voice and being able to get the message out there.
But I know what you said, was one of the things of being somebody that they could come to and ask questions of. But I know that one of the things you also do is making sure that the events that are being planned there are, accessible to all of the students. At the school, the community. And so I think that that's such, an important thing for the PTOs to be keeping in mind. And so, can you maybe tell us about how you've helped to make some of the events at the school sort of more accessible and available to all of the students in the Munger Hill community? Because I know that that's something you've worked really hard with the PTO.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, so when we plan events, we want to make sure there's just a space for everyone. And sometimes it's, depending on the event, it might be like a bit of a quiet area or a sensory area. So that's always discussed when we have these events. Field day, Fall Fest, and we just have a conversation about it. And we really, I don't know everything, our PTO, we want everyone's opinion. So through this process, we've had a lot of parents show up, and I think this has kind of sparked interest. So we're getting parents, our parent PTO outcome, the turnout is just increased, and same with the CPAC.
Absolutely.
I mean, we don't have enough seats sometimes, so we're rearranging tables, and that's a great thing. That's the goal here, is to get more parents involved. But to that point, we've had a couple projects, and my goal is to have something every month where the PTO is bringing value to our schools and specific to this position. So, a parent voiced that they didn't feel there was enough sensory books in our library, and that's one of our projects. It's for October. We, as the PTO, we've raised a lot of money, and a portion of that goes to this position. And, we ask where it's needed. So that's feedback coming from staff or parents. And in this specific situation, we donated we allotted $1,000 for new library books specific to special education. The principal and vice principal are awesome at Munger Hill. I call them like the dream team. So Stacy is, having the teachers, special education teachers, pick those books, and we want them to pick it because they know the students best. And those should be rolled out this month. Last month, I shared with you our press release that we're really proud about.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit? I'm going to post this on the website, too.
Yeah, love that.
So, do you want to talk a little bit about this?
Yeah, that was our September. This was our first project with this official position, and we asked last year when we got the funds, what's needed, and the staff came back and said we could really use adaptive PE equipment. So we donated the $1,000 went to that, and our new gym teacher, Katie D, is fantastic. She was so excited to, we wanted the team that uses the equipment and that knows the students. She chose all the items to be purchased, and they were displayed at the Munger Hill Open House, and it was just really fantastic to see that. So that was September, and then for November, we're working on it. I think we might be doing some, we have a new sensory room, some wall, different wall things for the wall. So we have a parent that stepped up who's on the PTO and is an OT, and I asked, I said, would you mind helping, because you definitely can, you'd be the right person to kind of help us with this project.
I love that. In the past, I've had like sensory walks and that sort of thing. So absolutely, I love that idea. sounds amazing. It sounds like you're really, it's not just a position that is going to have a voice, but you're doing some great things within the school. It sounds amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just great to be involved, and that's what it's all about, is two-way communication between parents and staff, and that's how we best serve our students, is to know what's going on, how we can help, how we can partner together, and that's what this position's all about.
Absolutely. So I know you also have some parts and some information you want to share about the CPAC, and so did you want to kind of talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So this role is, a liaison position, so it really coordinates with the CPAC and administration, and your role as director of special education, and making, bring all that for awareness at Munger specifically. So through it, I've developed a relationship with the CPAC just to make sure our school is aware of everything, events and the CPAC updates. And Rachel, who's our CPAC president, and I, I've become more involved with the CPAC, and I'm now on the board of the CPAC. Mm-hmm. She loved this and wants to roll it out to, all PTOs when she heard about the position at Munger. But now that I'm on the CPAC, we've really, with your help, we've had a really great turnout.
It's been amazing.
So we're seeing a lot of parents show up. Again, we didn't have enough seats at the first meeting. The news was there. It's great. And, we love it. We're revamping the Facebook page. Mm-hmm. So I'm working on that, and we're just trying to get awareness out so parents know that it's there. They can contact, they can see the updates, they can see all the trainings that they can take through MassPAC, which we're a member of as the district. There's free trainings, there's monthly meetings, and CPAC is Special Education Parent Advisory Committee, and it's mandated by the state for every school district to have one. So it's for all of the schools, and the big part of it is it's run by parents, and of course we have all of you and your team, yes, which is great. But I think we need more parents to really step up and partner. Because a strong CPAC is a big difference with a district, and we're trying to get it to that next level.
And absolutely, and we've seen a great turnout. It always, we want to see more people come out. Part of the role, as you said, you're advising. So part of what I have to do as a director and the team, what we have to do as a department is make decisions based upon all the information available. And it's so important to hear the voice of the parents. So we love that, and we love them. The meetings have been awesome. We've had two.
Yeah, they've been great.
Yeah. We had babysitters
yes,
at the last one.
Yes.
It was great.
And we hope to, this Thursday, there's a meeting.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. And I believe we're going to have babysitters. We should at every meeting, and that's the goal.
Yep.
But we're getting up and running, so I think I forgot to, but we're on that. And we also have a new communications committee, which I think is important, that was started by Christine. And so it's growing, and it's just great. And we really appreciate your support, because you've been fantastic to work with.
I love the relationship between this. It really helps me a lot and helps our team a lot, and making sure that we're making, the best and most informed decisions possible. So thank you. And tomorrow night we're talking about continuum of services.
That's
right. The topic. So we'll be meeting tomorrow night at Westfield River. And it is a hybrid, so there is going to be an opportunity if anyone wants to join us virtually, they can do that. And we're meeting at 6:30, so the link will be sent out again tonight. I'll send it out through our district communication, just to all families. Everyone is invited. Anyone who has a child within the Westfield Public Schools can come and attend and see what we're all about. We just wish everyone would just stop by and say hi.
Yeah, everyone's welcome. We would love to have you hear what's going on, how we can help, how we can work together. and we hope that more and more people will continue to show up.
Absolutely. So, Megan, I'm going to probably have you come back in another time because I want to hear more about what's going on with the PTO and the events you're doing. This sounds amazing.
I would love to. Thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for coming in. All right, so we're on to our third song. Again, a very big hint at what we're looking to do for our movie. Again, it's just a sprinkle of Thanksgiving in this movie. So this title is I'm Going to Sit Down and Write Myself a Letter.
I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came from you. I'm gonna write words so sweet, they're gonna knock me off of my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom, I'll be glad I got them. I'm gonna smile and say, I hope you're feeling better. I'll close with love the way you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter, and I'm gonna make believe it came from you. Oh yeah. I'm gonna write words so sweet, they're gonna knock me off of my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom, I'll be glad I got 'em. Oh yeah. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter, and I'm gonna make believe it came from you. Oh yeah, gonna make believe it came from you. Oh yeah.
Support for community programming provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. Visit bettsplumbing.com or 14 Coleman Avenue, Westfield. Public welcome.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
You're listening to 107.5 WSFD-LP, Westfield Community Radio in Westfield, Mass.
If it wasn't for this movie, I probably would never have heard that song before. So,
Really?
Yeah, that was one that until we were looking into this movie, I've never heard. So
Okay.
I like it. I like the song, though. It was great. What a wonderful opportunity to meet with Megan.
I know. And that's a really great and, I'm going to say, really important position. I think that she's serving in.
Absolutely.
When she was talking about, having the, quiet sensory space at events and just kind of keeping in mind the activities that are being planned at PTO events and making sure that they're sort of accessible for everybody. I think that's it's so important to have somebody sort of on the boards that are just keeping all of that in mind. For everybody. And so I think that's great that she sort of took that initiative over at Munger Hill for the PTO there. And I'm hoping that other PTOs, that there are other parents out there that are maybe wanting to take that on.
I agree. And I think, it's sometimes, like you said, having that voice, and you don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
And so having that person there being able to provide some of that perspective, it's just things that are great.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Producer Pete, have you ever seen the Saturday Night Live skit where they do a show and then they have a guest at the very end that never gets a chance to talk?
Is that the NPR one?
Yeah, I think so.
Where they talk like this? And it's all
Well, there was that
regular
one
NPR
too.
Voices and
It was with it was with Matt Damon. He came on and he never got a chance to talk, and then they just kind of ended the show. And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to correct you, Dr. Rosenthal.
Am I wrong in that one?
I'm sorry that you are.
Okay.
You are talking about the very fine sketch. It's called What Up With That?
That's right.
And so he comes out, and he always has, he's got the character, and they have someone playing Lindsey Buckingham. And he sits there.
Yes.
And they want to go and start talking, but then music starts playing, and they'll start dancing. And he goes, oh, what's going on? And they start dancing. And like more and more people start to come out, and they start dancing. And the poor guy's sitting there. And he said, I'm sorry, we don't have time to talk to you today, Lindsey Buckingham. I said, maybe next time. And it just gets more and more ridiculous. It's a great sketch.
I love
It's
that
hilarious.
sketch.
Some people don't like it. I like it a lot.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yes.
Now, the whole reason we brought that up is because we have Sean with us today.
Who has not spoken the whole time. Sorry, Sean. Except to talk about the Thanksgiving sides.
And that was going to be, if we ran over, kind of our skit today was going to be, unfortunately, Sean, we won't have time to talk with you.
We'll bring you back next time.
But we'll bring you back next time. Luckily enough, we do have an opportunity to have a discussion with you. And so again, you're new to this role. I believe it's been 2 years. No, I'm sorry, 2. It feels like that. It's 2 weeks. I know we've gotten a lot done in 2 weeks. So kind of talk to us about what this role entails and what your vision is for this role.
So this role, I oversee the programs and others too. Oh, I'm sorry, is this mic dead?
Not anymore.
You're on now.
Thank you. So I help oversee the programs in Westfield Public Schools and any other assignments given to me by our superintendent or you, Mr. Rosenthal. So I oversee the BCBAs and RBTs of the programs and provide supports to the staff and principals, and of course report to Mr. Rosenthal. Sorry, what was the other part of the question, or this was a big one?
So kind of the vision of the role, what you're seeing coming down the line, looking at, a few years out.
Yeah, so I would like to see this role expand to provide the best services as we can to our students. And I also see this role as a good bridge to families to share what we're doing within our schools, within our programs. We help find providers sometimes to parents. So really a community outreach program as well as an in-schools program.
And that last piece is huge. And getting that community, because parents don't know what's out there sometimes, having the discussions around the different agencies, Department of Developmental Services, Mass Rehab Commission, you have all these different agencies that are outside of what just schools do that can help provide support.
Yeah, and it's so confusing out there too. There's so many rules and policies for each particular resource. There's a lot of we'll call it infactual statements out there in the world that maybe we can help with. But yeah, so I do see this as a role of really bridging the gap between what's going on in the schools and community resources to support our kids with autism and other disabilities as best we can.
Definitely. And so we, as you said, you oversee programs. Can you kind of outline basically the overall umbrella of what we provide for programming?
Yes, so we have several different programs. We have a Milestones program, which is typically slated for students who are diagnosed somewhere on the autism spectrum diagnosis. Then we have a RISE program to support our special education, social emotional needs students. And we have essential learning skills, another layer of sub-separate programming to support our students. But typically we provide methodology that supports data collection, and we analyze data to better make decisions around behavioral programming and academic programming for our students.
Nice. And your background is BCBA?
I am, yes. I came in from out of district schools. First hired me back in, oh my goodness, I think like 2006. It's been a long time. Then I eventually made my way to public school as a special education teacher, and then I eventually became a BCBA, certified and licensed in Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. And so you were a special ed teacher prior to getting that BCBA license?
Correct. I was a special education teacher first, and then I saw a need or use for me getting the BCBA. It just kind of goes hand in hand, and it's sort of been front-looking ever since, and here we are.
And so it's a board-certified behavior analysis, and what does that role really entail?
So it's you could get a master's degree or certificate in applied behavior analysis, and you, along with the schooling, there is a 2,000-hour fieldwork component to it. So it's a profession with a lot of fieldwork hours, and you meet with supervisors, and it entails quite a bit. Then once you complete your schooling, you get your fieldwork hours, and then you sit for a very large exam. Then you become a BCBA. Massachusetts has licensure, so not only are we nationally board certified, but we are also licensed in Massachusetts to practice applied behavior analysis.
That's great. And the role itself is the fact that we have the number that we do in this district. I've never been in a district with as much, and the ratio between BCBA and other behavior or ABA component positions. It's a great ratio. We have a ton of staff here, so definitely something that's a benefit to Westfield.
Absolutely. I think we're up to 10 or close to it.
Close to it, yes. All right, and so...
do you see a lot of overlap between the programs? I mean, when you were sort of describing the different programs, the milestones, the ELS, we have the developmental program as well. But do you see sort of a lot of overlap, like students who might need elements of the different programs, and sort of how do you kind of balance the needs of students who might need elements of different programs within the district?
Yes, I think there is a very good question, and I think there is oftentimes overlap. I think we kind of look at primary disability first and the services needed for the student. But I guess this is a complicated question because we do look at disability service level for each student first, but then of course if we can somehow cross-service, that is important because it's impossible to overlap. Every disability might share components of other disabilities. So it's really looking at what that specific child qualifies for and then what that specific child needs.
And with that, the instructional practices to really support skill deficits and what would be the most appropriate.
Right, so and that might really depend on programming. So in our Milestones program, some of our students are serviced academically mostly through discrete trials and other task analysis forms, which is very different than what a child in RISE might be getting more of in a therapeutic setting, but attends general ed classrooms throughout most of the day. Not to say that somebody in Milestones couldn't attend general ed classrooms or experience general ed time, but we just have such a wide pendulum of services. You could be in an extreme in the sense of you're staying in your secluded classroom most of the day and really focus on discrete trial. Or we could be in a classroom providing therapeutic services, sort of like a safe space for you, and you attend most of your time in a general ed classroom. Westfield really has a wide continuum of special ed services, and we try to, if it's appropriate and the student's going to benefit from it, to get the students into general ed classrooms as we can.
Absolutely. The inclusion practices.
Inclusion practices.
Absolutely. Well, this is great, and thank you for joining us today. And hopefully we can have you more as a regular and, add a little color commentary in and from here to there. Or just say, oh, we don't have enough time for you today, Sean.
Yeah, either way, I'm not on the radio a lot, but if we could fit in this little sports section, that'd be kind of cool too, just if you're taking feedback.
Okay, so we're going to do a little sports corner with Sean.
Oh, I love it.
I think Mr. Forney is looking for a co-host for a sports show, so hit him up across the hallway on your way out.
Sounds good.
All right, so we're wrapping up the show. Before we talk about what movie it was, just final words. Alexandra, do you have any final words for us?
Well, I mean, a thank you to all of our guests today.
Absolutely.
We got to showcase a lot of really great things. And, we'll mention for Sean as well, we're trying to showcase all of our programs through the radio show, too, because we had, Josh Wyman with the ELS program last month. And, hopefully we're going to have representatives from all of our programs at some point as well. So not only having Sean here to talk about sort of the programs overall, but hopefully people from all of the classrooms coming in to talk about the amazing work that they're doing in there as well.
Absolutely. And hopefully we didn't get a chance this month, but next month, hopefully we get some students to come in and
Yes,
talk with us.
it'd be great to have the students back again.
That was an amazing presentation they showed us of the math.
Yes, yeah, they were great.
All right. So last word is the movie was You've Got Mail.
Yes, which does feature a Thanksgiving scene, which was our stretch for this month. Stretch.
Very long stretch on that one. So again, it was just a little seasoning of Thanksgiving on this, but next month is a holiday month.
Oh, and that's going to be a hard one. They all use the same songs.
All use the same songs.
They do.
So we'll have to narrow it down, but we'll see everyone in December.
Yeah, we'll see you then. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and